Alcohol in science. Let's explore the wine tree. The world of wine is complex and fascinating, and recommend exploring it. The more time and effort you spend trying to understand wine, the more you'll realize how little you actually know. But we'll just keep it simple. Wine is a fermented grape that usually ranges between 12 and 15% ABV. Fortified wines get stronger between 20 and 30%. Many factors influence a wine's flavor profile, like the weather that year, how skilled the winemaker is, how long it's aged for, the type of barrels, etc., etc. There are generally 5 broad categories of wine: red, white, rosé, sparkling, and fortified. The differences are as follows. Red wines. You guessed it, they're all red. The skins on the grape determine the color of the wine. Therefore, the skins on red wine grapes are left on during the fermentation process. Some of the most common styles are Pinot Noir, a light-bodied red wine grape, also used to make sparkling wine and rosés. Cabernet Sauvignon, a full-bodied red wine grape, goes great with rich meals and red meat. Merlot, a medium-bodied red wine grape. Combine this with Cabernet Sauvignon grape and you get the infamous Bordeaux. Shiraz, a full-bodied red wine grape. The Shiraz from Australia is incredible. Grenache, a medium-bodied red wine grape, one of the most underrated wine grapes. Then you've got your white wines. Unlike red wines, white wines are white or yellow as the skins are removed before they go through the fermentation process. Some of the most common white wine grapes are Sauvignon Blanc, a light-bodied white wine grape, most always made dry and highly acidic. Pinot Gris, a light-bodied white wine grape, is the French style. Grigio is the Italian style. Chardonnay, a full-bodied white wine grape, majestic and commonly aged in barrels to impart certain flavors. Moscato, aromatic white wine grape, commonly made into a sweet white or rosé. And finally, Riesling, an aromatic white wine grape, delicious and can be made sweet or dry. Then we have rosé wines. They have a rose-pink color, and unlike red and white wines, don't have any specific grape varieties of their own. The reason they're the color they are is because winemakers start using the wine with the skins of red wine grapes, but remove them during the fermentation process when they're happy with the color. Sparkling wine. Like rosés, sparkling wines don't necessarily have a unique grape variety. The style of sparkling wine is determined by the winemaking process, and it's always carbonated, mostly made to be lighter in color. There are 2 main types. One is called Champagne. It's the most well-known and made in the region of Champagne, hence the name. Prosecco, an Italian-style sparkling wine. Then we move on to fortified wines. Amongst all the types of alcohol on this list, fortified wines are an oddity because they're a combination of both fermented and distilled beverages. Fortified wines have had a distilled spirit added to them to increase their ABV. Spices and herbs are also commonly added to give them certain flavors. Common types include vermouth, a fortified aromatized wine with herbs and spices added. It's made in 2 styles, red sweet and white dry. It's commonly used in the making of cocktails. Think martinis, Negronis, and Manhattans. Port, dry or sweet, usually sweet fortified wine, very dark in color, made in Portugal. Sherry, dry or sweet, usually sweet, fortified wine, red in color, and made in Spain. And finally, muscat, a sweet fortified wine made from Moscato grapes. Ciders. Ciders are fermented fruit juice, basically. Apple and pear are the most common, but you'll see blood orange, strawberry, and a slew of different fruit ciders out there. They're refreshing and a great alternative to beer if you're not a beer drinker or have a gluten allergy. Always confirm this. They can be made both sweet or dry and usually sit around the 4 to 6% ABV mark. Cheers!